Good afternoon, friends. We welcome you to today's webinar of filing form GSTR 7 using offline utility by tax deductors. This presentation will be for around 25 minutes, and we welcome you for this webinar. You can see this recording of this webinar later on NEGD Digital India YouTube channel and GSTN YouTube channel. So we will begin with acknowledgement. I want to acknowledge Rekha Tatawat, Sateshwaran and Pankaj Arora, my colleagues, who have helped me to preparation of this PowerPoint presentation on GSTR 7 offline utility. I want to thank Jagmal Singh, who is the owner of the module owner of GSTR 7, who provided his valuable inputs. Then I want to thank my technical support team, Rajiv and Munish, who has helped me in getting connected with NEGD. In the end, we thank NEGD team led by Shilau Rao and Durabjeet, who has provided the platform on which we are conducting this webinar. Without support of these persons, I would not have been able to do this webinar. I thank them for this. We will begin with the webinar. So this is the agenda for today. So the agenda includes an overview of the GSTR 7 offline utility. Then we will see how it is to be downloaded and enabled. Then we will see creation of master data of suppliers. Then we will go into entering details in table 3 and 4. Then generating and uploading of JSON file. Then how to download the uploaded file and how to correct the errors. And then preview written before filing and any frequently asked questions. So the session will be, as I have mentioned, will be around 25 to 30 minutes. So let's take an overview of GSTR 7 offline utility. So we have already done a webinar on GSTR 7 online utility that is already available on GST and YouTube channel. You can go and see this on that particular channel. But the basic steps which is involved in filing form GSTR 7 are that you log in into the GST portal, then you select a financial year and period, then you click prepare online. After that, you fill in details in table 3 and table 4. You preview, make payment. If challan is needed, you create a challan, make payment, and then you file with EBC or DSC. Later on, you can see the debit entries and download the return. So these are the basic steps involved in filing GSTR 7 online on the portal. The offline utility provides you with the facility to fill in details of table 3 and table 4 only. So you can see here, these two things can be done using offline utility. So rest of the activities is to be done online. Even filling in details of table 3 and table 4 could be done online. But offline utility provides you with facility to fill in these details offline and then uploading. So the method which is to be done is this. This gives you the method which is to be done, how to download, then fill in the details, create JSON and correct error. So this is for GSTR 7 only, offline utility. So this is the steps we will be seeing, filling in details of table 3 and table 4 in this webinar. Rest of the thing has already been covered in another webinar, which is available in GST and YouTube channel that you can see separately. So what is GSTR 7 offline utility? It's an Excel-based tool to facilitate creation of return in offline mode. So you need not be connected to the internet. You can simply download the return offline utility and fill in the details and then connect to the internet and upload it again. Then this utility provides, as we have already seen, to fill in details of table 3 and table 4. Table 3 is fill in the details of the transaction for that particular month in table 3, and if any amendments are there, then you give those amendments in table 4. Once return is prepared using offline utility, it is to be uploaded on the GST portal. Let us see how we have to download the GSTR 7 offline utility. So we will have to go to download section on GSTR on the GST portal, then click offline tools. In the offline tool, there will be a GSTR 7 offline utility link. We have to click that link. As soon as we click on this particular link, this particular page will open up. There is a download button given here. You can view the system requirements over here, that operating system should be Windows 7 or more, and then you should have Microsoft Excel 2007 and above. ensure that you have the latest GSTR 7 offline utility when you are filling in the details. So you must visit, and you should not use the previous month utility, and you must go and check whether the utility has been revised or not. Then you click on download. As soon as you click on it, this information will come. It will ask whether you want to proceed for downloading. You have to click proceed. After clicking proceed, the utility will be downloaded here. When you open this particular downloaded file, what you have to do is that you have to, this Excel file will open up. You have to click open. So that's how you download the GSTR 7 offline utility. You can do it after logging in, or you can do it before logging in also. Now we will see the enabling of GSTR 7 offline utility. As soon as you have clicked on open, this particular page opens up. Here a button comes, enable editing. So you can click on that. Then it will ask you to enable content. So you click on this and the utility will be enabled. If you see in the bottom of the page, there is a readme section. Then there is a home section which opens up first time you open the utility. Then there is a 3 TDS section, and then 4 amend section and supplier master section. How we are going to go about is that since homes opens up, we are seeing the home, and then we will see the readme section. Then we will go to supplier master section and then see the 3 TDS and 4 amend. So that's how the sequence will be. So what you have to do is that you have to enable content. As soon as you enable content, readme section will open up. You go through the readme section carefully to see what details has to be filled in. After that, we have to go to the supplier master section. Before that, what we will do is that we will fill in the GSTIN number. What we will the GSTIN number of the recipient, that is mine GSTIN number. Since I am filling the details in GSTR 7, I have to give my GSTIN number over here. Then I have to give the financial year of the return of which I am filing. Then the tax period I have to give. So I can select the tax period from the drop down also. So first I have to do is that I have to go to readme section, and then I have to come to home section and fill in the GSTI number, financial year and tax period. After that, we will go and see how master data of suppliers are created. If we fill in the master data of suppliers, after that, what will happen is that we will be able to easily fill in data in table 3 and table 4 that we have already seen. So what we have to do is that we have to fill in the GSTI number of the supplier. Then we can enter the legal name, trade name if any, and we can select an action. Action button gives you either to add it, which means that the tool will add that particular GSTIN. If you select delete, then tool will delete that GSTIN. So you can either add that GSTIN or you can delete that GSTIN. Since it's offline, so structural validation will be done here by the utility. After you have filled in all the GSTIN in the GSTIN column and legal name, corresponding legal name and trade name, and selected the action, you have to click on validate sheet button. So since no error is there, so this pop-up will come. You have to click OK, and then you can enter details in table 3 and table 4. So here, if you see, there is again a go home button. You can click on go home to go to the home button. This is the enable suppliers master dropdown. So what this does is that this will be automatically enabled. This will allow you to select the GSTIN which you have already filled in supplier master. As you have seen in the previous slide, that we have filled in the supplier master details with the GSTIN. So here, if we have selected enable supplier master dropdown, then a dropdown will come and I can click one of the GSTIN of whose details I want to fill in here. So what we have to fill is that amount paid to deductee on which tax is deducted is to be filled in. Then how much integrated tax, central tax or state tax has been deducted, that has to be filled in. Then again, I have to select the action button. Action button could be either add or delete. So if I have added the details and if some details are already existing and I upload the file, then this particular line item will replace the existing line item on the GST portal. So if we have selected add and this item does not exist, then this line item will be added to the GST portal. If this GSTIN details are already existing for that particular month on the GST portal, then it will be replaced by the new one. Supposing a detail already exists on the GST portal and I want to delete it, then in the action column, I will select delete. So what this will do is that this will go, this will be uploaded and that GSTIN details will be deleted on the GST portal. So action item will give you add button that will replace or add the existing details on the GST portal. It will give you an option of delete. So it will delete the existing details. So points to be keep in mind is that we have to we can select from the drop down list if enable supplier master drop down has been enabled. Otherwise what we can do is that we can click on that and disable it, and after that we can simply enter the details. We can copy paste also. If there is another sheet, from there I can copy the GSTI number and paste on the sheet if I have clicked on the enable supplier master drop down and the button has changed to disable supplier master drop down list. When this thing appears, disable supplier master drop down, then the drop down will not appear and we will not be able to fetch any data from the supplier master which we have entered. Now you can enter decimal values and it will be automatically rounded off, and you cannot enter any negative value in the column C. So we'll see the column C again. In this you cannot enter any negative values. So this changes to disable if we want to use the copy paste functionality. If it is enabled, this will fetch data from the supplier master and you can select one of the data. Then we have to be careful that the total amount tax which is entered is 2% of the amount entered in column C. And then we have to select add and delete button as we have already seen. After that, we have to click on validate sheet. If there is any issues, that will be red highlighted and that the validation error will be shown in this column, sheet validation error. So you have to click on OK, and after that you have to go and change those values. After the values are changed, what you have to do is that you have to click the validate sheet button again. After that it will say that there is no error and this column will go blank. After that what you will have to do is that then you will see that there is no error in the sheet. The sheet is validated, all data and structure validation has been done. After that we will go to sheet 4. In sheet 4 what we will have to do is that there are two kind of entries which is to be done over here. One entry is that entry which is rejected by the my supplier. So if it is rejected by the supplier, this is the column where I will have to select yes. So since it is rejected, I will have to enter that this has been rejected and I have to select yes. And if it is not rejected, it is something which I am originally amending, then what I will have to do is that I have to select no. So here I will enter two kind of details. One detail which I have already entered in my previous month and that I am amending. So this is the details which I am amending, which I have already entered in the previous month. You must remember, if there is anything which is to be entered in the current month, I will do it in 3 TDS sheet. So any details which is to be entered in the current month will be entered in 3 TDS sheet. But if I have done any entry in the previous month, then I will do that in 4 TDS, 4 amendment sheet. This is the sheet which is available here. Here I will do amendment for the whatever I have filled in the previous month. Here also I will add details or amend details which has already been uploaded by my supplier or rejected by a supplier. Uploaded means rejected, means I have uploaded some details, it has gone to supplier and supplier has rejected it. So that will come back to me and I will do amendments in this sheet. So there are two portions to it. One, here it is original details. It gives me the original details which I have filled in, or it is rejected by the supplier. It gives the month, year, GSTIN of the deductee and the amount, and then the revised details has to be filled in. After that, I have to click on add column and validate sheet. After that, after the sheet is validated and no error is found, then what I will do is that I will go on creating JSON, right? So here we have to enter two details that I explain in details. Now we will go on to creating of JSON file to upload. So what we will do is that after validate sheet button has been done, we will go to the home sheet by clicking on go home. In go home, if we scroll down to the bottom, we have to click on get summary button. As soon as we click on get summary button, all the details we have filled in 3 TDS sheet and 4 amend sheet will be populated over here. And we can review it, whatever details I have filled in, whether that is complete or not. If there is any information has to be filled in again, we will go to table 3 TDS sheet or 4 amend sheet and make the amendments. And then come back here and click on get summary button again. After we are satisfied the details which has been entered are correct, then we will go up and generate JSON file to upload. This button we will click. So as soon as we will click on this button, JSON file will be created and it will go to a default location, and you can save this file in another location by selecting it from here. So please ensure that you don't change the name of the file, and then you can click on save. This message will show you that the file has already been saved at the desired location. So I have already filled in the details and I have created the JSON file. Now we will move to upload the generate JSON file. Now, as we have seen, the 2 points can be done offline in the offline utility, that is to fill in the details of table 3 and amend details table 4. That could be done offline. Rest of the activity has to be done online. So here is the login. I have already logged into the GST portal. I can go to services and click return, or I can simply click on return dashboard and go to the next period. Then since the sheet I'm filling it is for the month of July, I will select the financial year and return filing period and click search. Whatever returns I have to fill will come over here. This is a return since I have to file. So this will open up for me. You should go through the important message which is given over here. Then you click on prepare online. So as soon as I click prepare online, it will give me this particular page and it will ask me upload and download. We will see this download section later on. What we will have to do is that we have to click on upload. So what I will do is that I will click on choose file. You remember last time we have already saved the file at a particular location. By clicking on choose file, we will move to the location where I have saved the file and click on that file and click on open. If you go to the previous screen, I will select this particular file and click open. After that, the message will come that your JSON has been updated successfully. Please come after 15 minutes. If you see status is shown as in progress and error report is not available as of now. So since the file has been uploaded and it is being uploaded, you come back after some time, say 15 minutes, and then see what is the status. As of now, status is in progress. As soon as the file is uploaded, the status is shown as processed, which shows that whatever data we have uploaded has been uploaded successfully. So our upload has been successful. The remaining validation has been done by the portal and the file has been uploaded well. Now, since the file has already been uploaded and there are certain data, supposing I have already entered on the GST portal online and some data I have uploaded, and I want to download that data so that I can review it once. So what I can do is that I can click on download and click generate JSON file. So what this will do is that already data which is existing on the GST portal of table 3 and table 4, a JSON file for that will be created. By that, I can download that data and see in my Excel utility and make changes if I need. So a message comes that please wait for 20 minutes, and then after 20 minutes, this link will appear. Click here to download file 1. So please remember, this is the data which I have already uploaded or filled in. That data will be appearing over here, and I can download or download to view it. So this is nothing to do with the error. After that, the file will be downloaded as you would have seen in the previous one. After clicking on click here to download, the file will be downloaded and it will be saved in particular location. You should note down the location. After that, what I will do is that I will come to the utility again, and this time I will click on this particular button, open downloaded GSTR7 JSON file. So here earlier we have created the JSON file by using this button. Here, since we have downloaded the file, we can click on this. There is no error in it. We will click on this and select the file which we have downloaded and click open. After that, a message will come that the data has successfully imported, and you can view the details what you have already uploaded on the portal. So this facility is for downloading already filled in details. Now we will see how to download error file. So you remember we have created the JSON file and we have uploaded it. It took some time to process, and after that it shows that the file has been processed. Supposing there was some errors in the file, what it will show is that it will show some error, process with error. If you see, process with error will be shown. So what you will have to do is that you will have to click on generate error report. As soon as you will click on generate error report, your request will be initiated that your request has been received and error report is being clicked. And after that, it will come as download error report. So the error report will be created. You will click on that, and in the same manner, you will save that particular JSON file at a particular location. And now you will open the utility and click on open downloaded error JSON file. So we have used all the three buttons. This button was used to generate JSON file to upload after we have filled in data in 3 TDS and 4 amendment. This button was used to open the already uploaded file which we have processed without error. This button now we are using to open downloaded error JSON file. So we will click on that and we will select the file, the location where the file is saved, and it will give me a message after some time that the error file has been imported. Now you can see the error being shown here. Then what you have to do is that you have to read the error which has come and then correct the error, like it is showing that invalid deductee GSTIN. So you have to change the GSTIN ID. Then you have to go to the same process. You have to validate the sheet and then create the JSON and upload it again. After that, when you click on validate sheet button, no errors are coming. Then you can go back and fill in, go back, create JSON and upload. Now we will look at preview return before filing. So we have uploaded the details in table 3 and table 4. We will log in again, click on return dashboard, select the financial and return period and click on search, then click on prepare online button. And if you see details have already been uploaded, then I can click on preview draft GSTR7 button. So clicking on that will open a review details file which we can review, and if we want to upload, we can upload. If you see, there are other tiles, payment of tax tiles and debit entry tiles that we have discussed in our webinar, which was conducted on GSTR7 online filing. You can go and see that details. We will restrict right now to table 3 and table 4 only, which is concerning offline utility. And you can download that file. Now we will look at the FAQs of the GSTR7 offline utility. So filing can take place only online. Using offline utility, you can fill in details of table 3 and table 4. Remaining activities has to be done online. Then some of the data entry and business validations are there in validations. That will be done offline. But after that, when you upload, some of the validations will be done, like whether the GSTIN which you have entered is active during the period or not. So what is the use of the offline utility? It is the use is that I have to enter 10,000 rows. Then I need not do it using online, because online may take some time. I can use the offline utility to fill in that details. We have already seen that you cannot enter any negative values. Further, you must note that row with a duplicate GSTIN is not allowed. So I have to enter a consolidated entry for a single GSTIN. So whatever total transaction has taken place GSTIN with a particular GSTIN, I have to give a consolidated entry. One single entry has to be given. I cannot give duplicate entry, otherwise sheet will show a validation error. Further, you can go through the delete and incorrect data option. Go through it, and you have to select the options also, which we have seen. Some of the validation is done in the utility itself, like GSTIN structure, computation of tax, and duplicate entries, if any. Then otherwise, rest of the entries are validated online. Then if you have to see whether a GSTIN is valid or not, you can go to home, search taxpayer and search by GSTIN and see the active status, whether the GSTIN is active or not. You can use the copy paste functionality also, and one can change the file name and location, but one should not change the extension of the JSON file. So these are some of the don'ts of the JSON file. Don't leave any row blank in between filing table 3 and table 4. So supposing I have filled in one particular row, after that I have filled in I have left one row blank and fill in the details after that, then whatever are the entries after the blank rows will not be considered. So we have to ensure that all rows are filled in and no rows are left blank. Any rows which are left blank will not be considered. Further, we should be careful whether we are entering 0 or O, that we should be careful. Then no duplicate GSTN entry is allowed. Then delete option is not to be used when first time upload is being done. Then we have to click validate sheet button on each page, so that file is the correctly filled. That structure validation could take place, that we have seen in the previous slide. Then don't change the extension. As we have seen, you can change the file number, but you cannot change the extension. So this is the user manual and FAQ offline utility which is available. So you can go to the GST portal. You can click on this help section. On help section, click on manuals and download videos. Then GST offline tools will open up. You have to select the GST and offline tools. Various offline tools are given. I've given you the user manual of preparing GSTR 7 using offline utility, and you can go through the FAQs also, frequently asked questions. So you have to go to GST home, click on the help. In help, you have to select manuals and videos, and many tabs will open up. You have to select GST offline tool and then click on preparing GSTR 7 using offline utility. These are the social media channels of the GSTN. This is the GSTN YouTube channel. Here you can see this particular video later on offline. Then you can follow us on the Twitter also. And we have a Facebook account also. There you can log in and you can keep track of the new changes which we post over here. I thank you for being here, and I thank you, my team, particularly Pankaj Arora, for answering the question. And thank you very much. We will be coming of different versions of this particular utility webinar in different languages later on. I thank you all for watching this webinar. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.